Here is Sub-Zero. Now, Plane Zero.
Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Look for Marty! Who? Who do you think? The Libyans!
Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Scene Snobs Network, but I'm not here to talk to you about the Scene Snobs. I'm here to talk to you about Max and Jason, Three Geeks Podcast. You will probably tune into the Three Geeks Podcast and be like, 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, there's obviously more than 3. There's like 89 million of us. We started with 3. We're like gremlins. We just keep multiplying.
Yeah, they fed us at midnight. They poured some water on us, and now it's like 78 geeks. But you can be a geek too.
If you like comedy, which we sometimes do, if you like hearing about movies, TV shows, you like hearing hot takes from Max and John, you like hearing somebody who loves most things, but when I get mad about a show, it's pretty entertaining, I gotta say. But no, with the Three Geeks Podcast, we're just a group of friends that don't talk to each other through the week, so we can have natural conversations on Sunday.
Yep.
We're like actually probably the worst group of friends because we don't ever talk to each other outside of doing podcasts. I mean, except for you and I, but that's because we're roommates. But like Three Geeks Podcast. Tune in, check us out,
and have fun.
Yes.
Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. And recycle your droids.
Hey everyone, it's John Orlando from the PVD Cast, and I wanted to take a few moments of your time to let you know where you can find the PVD Cast. The online home of yours truly, PVDcast.com, is a great place to go, but it's also available through all the major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, etc. There's also live broadcasts of the PVD Cast every single week. Mondays 8 p.m. Eastern through the Facebook page of the PVD Cast, and Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. through the Scene Snobs Facebook page. And no matter how you listen, please make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. And with that, I will chat at each and every one of you later.
What's up, everybody? It's Mick Manhattan, and this is the Scene Snobs channel. I am bringing to you every Monday the replay marathon, where we show all of last week's shows right in sequential order down the line. You can watch them all throughout the Monday and stay entertained. So make sure you're checking us out on the Facebook page every Monday, starting at 9 a.m. All right, thanks, everybody. And if you missed any of the shows, make sure you head over to thescenesnobs.com, where we have links to everything. Take care.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan, and I'm here to tell you guys about thescenesnobs.com. We're a channel of variety, comedy, entertainment, geek-related, sports, the whole 9 yards. We cover almost every genre. We have so many great shows to choose from. We have shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast, BTB Podcast, The Guapo Show, the Sports Snobs Podcast, the PVD Cast, Jeff Dwoskin presents Crossing the Streams, the Three Geeks Podcast, the Fandom Effect. We probably have the only Matlock-based podcast called Matt Talk, and we're introducing new shows all the time. We have new shows coming up like the Ear Hustling Podcast, Carpool Shenanigans, and of course, From Some Nobodies, Twitching Upstream, and Talking Upstream. So come on, check out thescenesnobs.com, enjoy it, and please leave feedback. Like, follow, subscribe us, and just let us know what you think. We love to have all the interaction. So I, again, am the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. Check out thescenesnobs.com. You can follow us anywhere on social media at The Scene Snob, and we will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Casey, it's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night. What do you think that means?
I think it's time for the Scene Snobs podcast.
And this is where music would usually come in for most podcasts with production value, but it's not for us.
That is not us.
No,
I'm the bad man.
We're here. It's Tuesday, and we have a very special guest tonight.
Yes, we do.
Very excited to bring him on. He is the host of the Blerdicorn Speaks Podcast. Now, I have had the pleasure the listening pleasure of watching some of the shows, checking them out, and it is very fun. It is.
I'm just excited by the name. The name alone is enticing.
I don't even give our show a geek-tastic.
Yeah, seriously, man. What the hell?
Well, we're not there yet, buddy.
Yeah, no, valid, fair. We still have to figure that intro thing out.
Yeah, we really, really do. You're the voice guy, not me. But,
hey, man, I'm down. You just tell me which one you want. Little Lawrence Fishburne? You want me to go like, Gollum? What kind of intro you want? We're just the Scene Snobs. Welcome.
I like it. Maybe we'll go with that, but I don't want to scare the kids away. All right.
Are kids watching this? Oh, no kids. No kids.
I want to bring Montel on. Mr. Montel Duane Thompson from the Blerdicorn Speaks Podcast. What's up, Montel?
Hey, guys. What is going on? How are y'all?
Doing great.
Man, I'm so excited to have you on, man.
Y'all had me weak listening to y'all bring me in. I just sat there and was like, oh my gosh, this is really happening. This is really happening.
Absolutely it is. And look at how strong you are with those sweet goggles, man. I couldn't tell if they were Hellboy horns or goggles, so it's even better.
That $5 on Amazon. This is actually part of one of my cosplays, but I was requested to wear these when I do my combos on Instagram.
As you should, because it's amazing.
They are brilliant. Oh my god, I love that, and I love the shield right behind everything. Like this is okay. Maybe I can see we have to let you go. I have to make this a geek-tastic place. You have a white background.
I'm coming from the void, man. I'm coming from the nothing.
Oh, all right. Well, that works then. That could be like, Green Lantern.
He's coming from the lurch. That's
exactly
what it is. He's coming from the lurch.
I'm interdimensionally traveling, guys. Sorry. Apologize for this.
Oh, my goodness.
I do love it. It's out of Hitchhiker's Guide, so it all works here.
Bingo.
What? No TARDIS? Man.
Oh, listen. Oh, I got the TARDIS. I tattooed the TARDIS on me. That's how much.
Oh, I can't. Oh, man. Okay. See, you've earned my love just by doing that. Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Well, my friend, I want to bring you on. Tell us a little bit about your podcast so everybody can check it out. And I'm definitely going to have all your links in the descriptions for this.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm one half of the Blerdicorn Speaks podcast. My other partner, Miss Angie the Foodie. We have been doing this. We just ended our 3rd season, and it's been a blessing. We talk about things geek, nerd, and blurred from an older blurred standpoint. And this is something I've always wanted to do. And when I found Angie found me and was like, we need to do a podcast. I said, yeah, you're right. So we just created the Blerdicorn Speaks podcast because Blerdicorn is mine. That is my baby. That is something that I coined. Well, I created that about 10 years ago. It
is a glorious term.
Thank you.
That's really cool. And can you tell us what Blerdicorn means?
Oh, you ain't said nothing but a word, young man. All right. For me, I've always been known as a blurred. I've been one since I was 9 years old, reading comic books on my grandmother's porch. But as I grew up, you heard nerd and geek and everything else. And I said, no, there's more to it than that. So as I got older and I heard the term blurred, I said, that's okay. I mean, I love it, but it doesn't talk about those who are genuinely passionate about everything in pop culture, which, mind you, I can't stand the term pop culture, but everything nerd and geek. I'm talking comics, anime, movies, sci-fi, fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, tabletopping, video gaming. The list goes on. I am all of the above. So I said, you know what? I'm unique. I'm original. I am me. I'm a unicorn. Oh my gosh. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a term that no one else does. I'm going to call it a Blerdicorn. Yes. So I created Blerdicorn off of that.
That's
and
awesome.
People took off to it. Like, what's a Blerdicorn? I'm glad you asked. And I use that same voice every time they say, what's a Blerdicorn? I'm glad you asked. Here, let me tell you. Let me give you a PowerPoint reason. Where are you going?
Guys, it's only going to take 25 minutes. Come on, sit down. There's coffee in the presentation. Let's roll.
We got snacks. We got snacks.
Snacks, honey buns.
We don't even get to the explanation part, Casey or I. We're just like, yeah, we're the Scene Snobs. And it's just like, okay.
Congratulations, and you're welcome.
Absolutely. It's like, I'll sign whatever it is. I'll sign it. I don't even care. I'll sign it.
I love it. It's original. It's different, but you know what it is right off the bat. Like, it stands out, and I love that.
Thank you. It's something we coined and said, you know what? It's not a moment. It's not a moment. It's a movement. It's not a fad. It's a lifestyle.
Nice.
Exactly. What's your DNA? Marvel.
Mhm.
What's your blood type? Yu-Gi-Oh.
I love it.
Nice.
So-
Unfortunately, I'm a Pokemon, so I don't know how this is gonna go.
It's all right. You still put down cards. You still switching out on your bench. You still bring you bring out your strongest after your weakest done their thing, and you're using the trainers and everything else. So giggity.
See, there you go. It works. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
it
it
just
works.
means we're not donors. We just, if something goes down, unfortunately, I can't give any blood.
Understood.
Well, you can, but then that makes them a geek too.
No, it just turns him into Yu-Gi-Oh from Pokemon. It's a terrible thing.
Just bring them
It
in. That's all that matters.
creates organ failure. It's awful.
As long as they're not going to Magic, I'm fine.
Yeah.
My kid asked me the other day because there's this store that's in town, and I'm actually going to give them a plug. It's called Comic Kung Fu in here in Winchester, Virginia, and small business kind of needs the help right now with everything going on. So everybody go check them out if you're in the area. And they sell Magic cards. And my kid's asking me because I'm looking through their the index of stuff and their inventory, and I never played. I played Magic once, and the guy was ranked. And he built the deck for me, and I won. And I said, I'm never playing this game again.
He ended undefeated.
I'm completely undefeated, and I beat a ranked guy. So, I'm more than your rank.
That's brilliant. That's awesome.
And so I stuck to my word. I've never played it again. But now my kid is he's into Pokemon, but now he's like, I want to see what Magic's all about. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm learning Magic now.
Man, I just think of all the money I wasted on Magic that I didn't invest in all the comic books that I'm now looking at the values of going, oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
This wasn't worth it.
I was the same way with Magic cards. I don't play, but I would have, back in the day, I probably would have picked up a few sets and be like, oh, look what I got. When'd you get that? I killed a hobo for it. You want it? You want the card? It's going to cost you. I'm telling you.
Exactly. I need a finger.
So I gotta ask. Oh God, I gotta ask Montel. What's you're a comic book guy. We're comic book guys. What's your coveted piece, man? What's the piece that's the book that I can never do without, or you want the most and you never gotten?
Oh my goodness, I actually. That's a hard question because I have about 4,000 comics in my collection.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I've had them since I was 10. I even one chunk of my collection when I was 11, my uncle gave me a Wilson basketball. I'm not sports anything, okay? If it ain't pro wrestling, I don't care. I don't even pay attention to it. Unless it's the Olympics. Yeah, look at them run. I'm hungry. Let's eat. So I'm playing with the basketball. I don't want this basketball. I had a childhood friend. His name was Brian. Bless his heart. He came across the street while I'm sitting there dribbling the basketball, badly, I might add. And he says, oh, it's a nice basketball. I said, thanks. Where'd you get it? Got it for Christmas. What's wrong? I don't want the basketball. I don't want the basketball. Why? He trying to turn me. And my friend looked at me and he said, you want to trade for it? Oh, all he had to do was say the word trade, although I didn't know what he was going to bring out. So I said, yeah. So I stood there while he went across the street to his house. He came back with this at least oh my gosh, had to be at least his big cardboard box, had to be at least 2 feet high all the way around. He said, here, I want this for the basketball. I opened it up, comic books from top to bottom. If I knew then what I knew now, I would have squealed. You'd have heard this.
Oh my God.
So I said, yeah, I threw in the basketball. He put the box down. I went inside. I was like, do. I'm happy. Merry Christmas. My mom said, where'd you get the comics from? I traded them for the basketball. She started laughing. And she went to the kitchen with my grandmother. And the conversation went just like this. You should have seen what Monty just did. What did he do? He traded that basketball for them comic books. Lord, Johnny is not going to be happy. And they both started laughing. Greatest moment of my life. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Big win.
So if I had to, I will say this. One of the prides of my collection, 2 of them. One are all the number 1s from the Milestone line. Icon, Static, Blood Syndicate, all of those. I love them because I'm a fan of Milestone. That was one of the few things DC had in their possession, just let them do their thing, but they screwed it up because they had to throw their own heroes in there. Okay. All right, whatever.
Classic DC.
Basically. And so the other one is my boss at my store, God bless him. He gave me the full 12-issue run of Watchmen.
What?
That's amazing.
We're talking 9.7 condition each issue. Came in from a trade, and I said, oh, I want that. And he said, you want? I said, yes. You got the credit on your account? Yes. How much you charge me for it? I'll do it for $20. He sold it to me for $20.
He sold it all for $20?
$20, the entire run, first 1 through 12 of Watchmen.
Oh my giddy aunt. That is phenomenal.
He's got to be the most pissed off human being on the planet.
No, he's that cool of a guy. And you know, my boss Steve at Atlantis Games and Comics here in Norfolk, one of the coolest guys you ever want to meet. He's just as geeky and nerdy as the rest of us. So he's not one of those hoarders. So if he sees something, he's willing to work with you. And my gosh, he's blessed me abundantly.
It sounds like it. That is fantastic. My goodness. And you got to love nerds who are equal nerds. There's nothing worse than walking into a comic book shop and immediately having them lauded over you as they become that dude from The Simpsons. And it's like, come on, man. I want to share in this. We're all nerds. It's cool. You don't have to be rude about it.
Classic gatekeepers. Classic.
Bingo. Yep.
And they're not the real geeks anyway.
They're all basement virgins. That's all it is. Another term I coined this year, last year. I said, you know what? COVID is making me creative. So yeah, y'all are basement virgins. Every last one of y'all.
I dig it. It's
what doesn't help that I'm in my basement right now.
but see, no, that doesn't define you because you come to the light every once in a while. You know, you let water touch your skin and it doesn't feel like acid.
I'll tell you, every night I'm doing a show and I'm sitting down here around surrounded by my geek stuff. Well, today I finally felt like that football player in high school I once was. I had to go out and I had to shovel the snow. So I put in my earbuds and I go out and I put on the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Yes.
Keep the thread of the movies, but as soon as Hearts on Fire comes, oh yeah, that's no chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
But that's when we were in high school. That's what we listened to when we would lift weights before football practice.
True.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was a cross country nerd, so that's what I used to listen to. Get hyped up before a meet.
I just don't imagine cross country guys just listening like Chariots of Fire or something.
Oh no, that's too cliche.
I ran track and I listened to Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind. And that got me so hyped. As soon as I hear that wind, I hear that play the piano. Dun dun dun. Oh, I am in there. Let's go.
Just gone. Oh man, I love it.
Brilliant. I also had the Gladiator soundtrack. That second song. Oh, there was nothing like it. Amped up, just thinking about that battle scene. I'm like, let's do this thing.
I'm so old school. It's not even funny.
You know, it's great for me. Like, well, I got to ask this first before we go. What's your biggest fandom? Like, even if it's just something right now.
For me,
it's
always been comics. Comics have always been my safe space. They have made me who I am today.
Nice.
I love them. I wanted to be a comic creator at one point, but you know what? I said, you know what? I'm just going to love and enjoy them. You know, when Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and then, you know, later the other artists. And then of course I was introduced to Jeff Johns and oh my gosh, the list goes on. I couldn't even begin. Brian Michael Bendis and J. Michael Straczynski. The list goes on. Just so many John Byrne, bless his heart. I love you, sir. And just so many things in comics. It took me away from the problems of my life because being a black kid and liking this was a stigma because I wasn't supposed to. It was always said, well, you're not supposed to like that because you're this, and you're not supposed to like that because you're that. And I said, this is who I am. There's nothing you could do about that. And I made it my mission. And as I got older, I said, I will not see anybody who looks like me feel second class about what they love. It won't happen. Not on my watch.
That's awesome.
Shit, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I think we can all to many degree, because especially considering, you know, we are not that young anymore.
We are still sexy beasts. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn straight. Look at us.
I can, man. I do the best I can. That's why I put on the Hearts on Fire soundtrack. I'm like, but
I'm gonna be humming that when I get off here. Damn it.
Well, I mean, as long as it just creates the best montage you can imagine.
No, now I gotta listen to Hotel California just to come down. Great, thanks a lot. Okay.
Oh my God, my wife can't stand the Eagles, and I love that song too much. And every time it's on, I know she's like the dude in Big Lebowski, like not the Eagles, and I'm turning it up because I'm like, Hotel California gets blast. I don't care.
Back.
I like the Eagles all over. I don't care, but yeah, definitely Hotel California.
Peaceful, easy feeling will be that calm down for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you get to the guitar riff and you're right back up there again.
Well, I mean, valid.
So, I'm guessing you're a big Marvel guy, as you said before. It's in your blood. And the Marvel movies. I want to get your direction and see what you feel about the direction Marvel's taking after Endgame.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm on the fence about that, and I'll tell you why. I grew up on Marvel and DC all my life, mostly the 20-cent DC comics, absolutely, and then it got older, and I just like it just started fluctuating, and then Marvel always, and then when the movies came out, oh my gosh, you could not have preached a better sermon to see every last one of them pop up, even the different versions of the Hulk. I enjoyed. Okay, let's talk about that. They were amazing. Each in their own iteration were brilliant.
Ed Norton was phenomenal. Eric Bana fighting wolves was cool.
Yes, beautiful.
They were not wolves. They were poodles.
Whatever.
Okay, down.
It's not like you fed him treats. It was his fist.
That is fair.
Big beefy treat. So as we see, yeah, giggity. That's all we got on that one. So as we see the movies come out, they become more and more brilliant, and I loved them, enjoyed them. Thank God they got away from the original Daredevil. Sorry, that was a dumpster fire on steroids. Okay, I never want to see that again.
Yeah, it was hurtful.
Ever. Yeah. But once we got to Infinity War and Endgame, I was like, how do you top this? How do you top what you just did? If you didn't get emotional on the end credits of Endgame, you are not human. That theme played, and they went through each montage of each hero. Oh my gosh, I still get chills thinking about that. In that movie theater, I got an old lady sitting there. She had to be at least in her 70s. I had a 20-year-old on the other side of me, and we're both all fanboying out. Yeah, everything. And so I don't have high expectations. I just want to see what happens. So when they came out with the new list at San Diego Comic-Con, oh my goodness, I was so thrilled because they're bringing characters to the forefront that need to be seen. They need to be seen. Okay, another iteration of Blade. Mahershala Ali is a brilliant actor. I can't see anybody else carrying that mantle.
Agreed.
Even Wesley Snipes said, man, I don't do it. Fucking do it. And then you got WandaVision, which I'm enjoying in a weird Twilight Zone kind of way. I'm excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Because I love when Steve passed the torch on to Sam. As you look in the back, I got that Captain Marvel poster on my wall. Fuck yeah. Because there was nobody else worthy of that role. But I love the way they wrote the story about that's not my captain. Like, oh, okay. Gotcha. I have hope for what they're doing. Yeah. Simply because we now have a creative spirit now. Once again, it's a slippery slope. If you do what I call the Game of Thrones thing and you rush it and you ruin it, you're going to cause a whole fandom to abandon you.
Yeah.
Because we don't want that. You're introducing new characters. You got Shang-Chi coming out. You're introducing Wanda and Vision, who we know were couples in the comics. I'm so glad that they did that.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorites growing up. So it's really nice to see that and have that side of it. I'm still afraid to crack it because, it's one of those, once you've had Endgame, it's scary to see where you're going to go next.
Yeah.
It's scary to have this stuff. It's almost like that you're just staring at the train wreck going, is the trains are going, are they going to hit or are they going to go on separate tracks? What's happening?
Well, one thing I really like about WandaVision and what they're doing is you didn't get enough in the movies of their relationship. So at least the first 3 episodes, whether it's sitcom or not, you're getting their relationship. You're getting them together. So, and we needed that. We needed a lot of it. And then that 4th episode coming out, you're like, oh, wow, okay, this is Marvel.
Freaking phenomenal. And I got to watch it again because Angie and I are supposed to be talking about it. I said, yeah, there were some Easter eggs that I missed. The main one that I missed was in episode 2 when they were showing the commercials on TV, the Strucker watch.
Yeah.
Nice.
I totally missed that at first. I said, oh, Baron von Strucker's got to watch. Oh my God, this is so freaking amazing. And Angie looked at me and said, what are you talking about? I said, you didn't notice that? There was a Baron von Strucker watch. He was part of Hydra and it got aim. Oh, the beekeeper. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. It's the aim out. It's the bee. Oh. I walked around my living room talking about, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? So after a couple of shots of cherry vodka, I was happy again. So yeah.
I was so happy that they introduced Sword. I mean, well, we knew in Captain Marvel, Sword was going to be a thing. Or not Captain Marvel, Homecoming. Or not Homecoming. The Spider-Man movie. Far From Home.
Far From Home.
There's so many titles now, I can't remember everything. You see Sword. You see the Sword headquarters. So I'm like, okay, I hope that's not all we get. It's cool that now we're getting Sword as this.
Yes.
I am very excited for that.
So all I can do is have hope. And my biggest concern is Black Panther 2. I truly prayed about this. And I talked with some friends of mine and said, please follow the story where Shuri takes over the mantle as Black Panther. There's no other way to do it. Don't bring back Killmonger. I'm sorry. Y'all screwed that pooch when you killed him. He shouldn't have died. You could have put him in prison or something, but you killed him.
Yeah.
And I never flipped so many middle fingers in all my life. Love Black Panther. Saw that movie 11 times.
It's such an amazing movie, and with the announcement of the Wakanda series coming out, I'm very excited that we're getting something Marvel that isn't in America.
Facts.
And we are going to expand on Wakanda now because they introduced such an awesome world in Black Panther. And then extended that into Infinity War and Endgame, but man, I cannot wait.
It deserves its own story, its own tale. There's so much there, so much rich material to use. It's the same thing with the new Strange movie. There's so much rich material with that you just want to see that and expand upon that and really dig into the meat and potatoes there.
Yeah,
ain't no wrong with meat and taters.
What do you think of Wakanda series?
Love 'em.
What do you think about a Wakanda series? How does it work, in your opinions?
Honestly, see, here's where it could go into. I think it should carry on where T'Challa is missing, and they're trying to find the next person to carry on the mantle, and we start seeing them bringing Shuri into the fold. And then from there, that's when we start seeing the inner workings of the Dora Milaje. We start getting introduced to other characters, and even to the point where you can bring in obscure characters from Marvel and bring them to Wakanda so they can have the interaction there. For instance, bring Eli Bradley. Bring Eli, Patriot. Bring him into the fold. He wants to explore where he came from. He wants to get a little bit more because he admired Black Panther. It's T'Challa. So he wants to. I think that's an opportunity to introduce new characters, fresh stories, bring some of the legends to the forefront. Because now Marvel has it where they can now introduce a plethora of new characters. And not the same one. Not saying they're not great, but don't DC the characters, okay? Don't keep throwing them in our face. Please. I'm sick of Batman. I'm sick of Superman. They screwed up Wonder Woman 1984. You guys, we're not even going to talk about Green Lantern. Why in God's name would you do that?
God, I love you so much, Montel. You You're my human.
It's funny that you mention it too, because Casey knows this. Whereas, like, and listen, I loved Marvel growing up, and Spider-Man especially was my favorite. But DC was what I gravitated towards in terms of like I loved those stories. And you know, back then, the 80s, 90s, they had some good ones. They had some really good ones.
Indeed.
You know, looking back, nowhere near what Marvel had going on, but still, it's what I gravitated towards. So when I went and saw Batman vs Superman with a friend of ours, and he can tell you, he saw my face. I was so distraught for like months that Casey, let's go back in time a little bit.
I'm looking at his face. He's got this look like, I shouldn't have been here to see this.
No, it was just pure nightmare hell fuel. I mean, come on. It was awful.
Before knowing Justice League, let's go back in time and think it hasn't come out yet. And I'm telling you, I'm not going to see it. What are you saying?
Oh, the moment Mike said he wasn't going to go see it, I was like, this is insane. This is crazy talk. Like, how in the world can this guy who only preached DC to me and always defended DC, because I was a big fan of just crapping on it, because in my opinion they have wooden villains, it's completely useless, and the good guys are always overpowered. The only one who isn't doesn't have superpowers, and he's the only one who gets a boatload of cool villains. So yeah, I hated it, despised it. So the fact that Mike was willing to not go, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. This is earth changing.
Wow.
That bugged me. And I did see it. I eventually saw it, but I refused to go to the theater. I did not go see it in theater.
He also looked like a wounded gazelle the entire time. Like after he got out of Batman versus Superman, it was like he had a weird limp all of a sudden. He couldn't stand up straight. I was very concerned.
After a gunfighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, girl? I've done my job. I'm gonna get on my horse and get the hell on out of here.
He totally went Morgan Earp. He was done. He was toast.
So hard.
On that pool table bleeding to death.
To be fair, I was the same way, because I went by myself. I have a thing about going to the movie, especially comic book movies. I don't like bringing anybody that I know will go, what's going to happen? I'm going to punch you in the face. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to smother you midway through.
You're going to get the
popcorn
hookah
tub
effect.
is on your head.
I told a friend, I said, you know what? If you speak during this movie and it's not a relevant question, you get the hookah effect. What's the hookah effect? I'm going to chop in your throat. What's the first sound come out? Hookah.
Oh, definitely using that.
So, and I went and saw it in the theater, and I looked and I said, I'm not a quitter. I'm going to see this through. My soul right now is in tears. My heart is shattered, and I walked out. And true to form, I walked out into the lobby of the theater, and I screamed, "What the fuck was that?"
So angry.
And I looked around, and everybody behind the concession was like, "You saw Justice League, didn't you?"
Wow.
I was so mad. I said, "Wait a minute. You mean to tell me you had it? You had it right there. You had it right there. It was on the tongue. It was on the lips. I was excited, and I watched that dumpster fire before me. Why did Cyborg look like something out of a CGI nightmare? Why? What the hell?"
Oh.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, a good point that you brought up was the whole with Marvel not wanting to rush it, because you don't want to have that effect where you wind up trying to just overlay too many stories. You know, they have so much rich, I don't know, material to be able to cultivate from, that you don't want to get stuck in the same cycles. And DC just all of a sudden was like, yeah, we're just going to take all the major stories and just shove them down your throat. Good luck, everybody.
You put the creation of Doomsday and Batman versus Superman, where Lex Luthor created Doomsday, and I was like, why are we making this homemade? Why are we treating this like barbecue? This is not homegrown.
Yeah.
Why?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Yeah. No.
I'm just getting mad. I'm like, flames.
Flames on the side of my face.
But that begs the question. They're coming out with the Snyder's finished cut.
Oh, they can keep it.
Thank you. Yes.
They can
Send it
keep
back.
it.
It's
They can
done.
keep it.
Don't need it.
No, what you can just set that joker on fire.
Mhm.
We will have a funeral. We will have a funeral service already. Here lies my fandom because y'all screwed that up.
Well, do you
I
think-
mean, at this point, it's just ashes. I don't even have anything to set aflame anymore. It's been burned. The toast.
I am not trying to. Listen, I'm not trying to stick up for it in any way, shape, or form.
Be careful.
But you're an optimist.
Yeah.
I'm an optimist only for this reason. You've had years to get it done. And it seems like they know what they did wrong. So maybe they fixed it.
So they redid the whole movie?
Well, they redid a lot of it. It's like a 4-hour movie now.
I'm sorry. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a moment.
For which side?
As you said, they had years to get this right. No one rushed them in the process. No one said, hurry up, hurry up. No, they had plenty of time to make this a masterpiece. What happened? When I saw the logo at San Diego Comic-Con come across in Hall H, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I was like, yes, please tell me they're going to do this. And I saw that dumpster fire and I said, I hate every last one of you that walked across that stage. And you took my dreams and yes, screwed them. You did me like that. They had to do the prime minister in the first episode of Black Mirror. Why did you do this to me?
That last bastion of hope of the 7-year-old just praying, begging, hoping, and crapped.
Oh my God, when it comes to these movies, man. And just the fact, do we all remember when Batman 89 came out? We know we all said it.
Yes.
Oh my God, Christopher Reeve and Michael Keaton's Batman are going to meet up. They're going to have to do a movie together.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
And then they follow up with great cartoon collaborations, great animated collaborations.
Oh, yes.
Best in animated. DC crushes animated. They're phenomenal there.
Their library is unparalleled.
True.
All the way to the point where we get Batman versus Superman.
Martha.
Oh my God, you asshole. You have to say it.
Always rub it in, brother.
Oh
Why
my
did you
God.
say that name?
I could even see George Clooney sitting there going, fuck.
You know he did. Even Chris O'Donnell was like, really? That?
So wait, do we all agree that Martha is the new bat nipple?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yes. Martha is how that Zack Snyder basically is now Schumachered. He is.
Oh my God. And poor, oh man.
Don't say it. Poor who?
Now,
Schumacher.
Oh my goodness. Now, I think what DC should do is, now I coined this years ago because one of my favorite storylines from Marvel was Contest of Champions. Love Contest of Champions because it introduced new characters. You had heroes from different countries. They were competing by being the pawns by two celestial beings. But I got to see different people other than the same menagerie of heroes all the time. I mean, come on. You had Shamrock from Ireland. You had Leperine from France. I mean, the list goes on. I loved it. And I said, if you could just do that, introduce new characters and new heroes, you won't drive the ones that you've been used to establish into the ground. So people don't go, it's another Batman movie, or it's another Superman movie. You've run them into the ground, and now you've turned the Wonder Woman movie was brilliant. 1984 was my dating life in high school. It was trash. It was hot garbage.
So
It was a dumpster fire with a motor. It was, oh my gosh.
Someone went to pee on it to put it out and just didn't work. Just kept going. It's a serious place.
No. We're going to keep burning. No, we're going to keep burning. No, my friend, we're going to burn.
What else can we destroy? Let's just keep crushing it. How many more Jokers? Let's keep going. How many more Batmans? Resuit them. Let's just keep going. Ugh.
Oh my God, with the Jokers already. I'm like Batman. No, I'm done with that too. But and listen, I don't want Batman to go anywhere. I love Batman, but I'm getting real tired of this James Bond situation that they have going on every other year.
Dude, and here's the other question. How do you fuck up Lois Lane? I mean, come on.
That's a good question.
That's a softball. She knocked that out of the park without any problems. I mean, Margot Kidder crushed it, but anyone can crush that. And yet Amy Adams, miserable.
All right. Let's not just blame Amy Adams. Because
I'm not going to touch that.
Kate Bosworth sucked.
Oh, Kate Bosworth was miserable too. First of all, they got the wrong hair color for crying out loud.
Smallville really messed up Lois Lane, and I'm not even blaming the Erica Durance, the actress. It's not her fault. She did a fine job
with what they gave her.
Yeah, exactly. Like they turned Lois Lane into like I'm spunky and like no, Lois Lane's a badass. Like she doesn't mind getting into shit. And
I mean, when all of them by comparison make Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain look good, there's a problem.
Wow,
buddy.
I can't even debate that. I can't.
Hey, I will tell you this: you can put down Lois and Clark all you want. At least
I love it.
Black super suit out of it.
Facts.
You did have the black suit in that show, and they did not. They tried to pull it off in pictures from Justice League, but didn't work.
Now I will ask if I can ask you guys a question.
Absolutely.
If there is a DC group, a DC superhero group that you would love to see in a series or a movie that has not touched the screen,
ever any iteration touch the screen.
I will give you television I'll give television a pass.
Okay.
I'll give television a pass because some of the groups, I think, my gosh, if there is one group that you could say, okay, so I need you to make this or I'm going to kill you.
I want Justice Society, but a period piece.
Thank you, my man.
Ooh, nice,
my
strong.
man.
Set it in World War II. Put Wonder Woman in there. Put her in there. And then, just for, you have to have a name, and she's the best name right now. I don't need any more Batmans. I don't need any more Supermans.
I don't put any of them in there at all. You got Wildcat, Star Spangled Kid, Dr. Midnight, Adam. You had a core of heroes that were badass.
Dr. Midnight was awesome.
Yes. Come on, Our Man. Come on, bro. And people were like, who are these people?
And that's why with the Legends of Tomorrow and Smallville, they've tried to touch down on them. And that's why when you said any screen iteration of it, I was like, all right, I don't really want to go by those because I think they should be redone.
Agreed. I agree with you. Because I was like, that's the Justice Society? Oh my God, smack yourself.
And today, it should be a period piece. The Justice Society should be what the Justice League was trying to achieve.
JSA should have been phenomenal. I mean, okay, bring in oh goodness, I just drew a blank. Oh well, my old age will kick in. Don't worry about it.
You just got too much information. That's all.
There is, but there's Dr. Fate. Thank you,
Dr. Fate.
Oh, I was just going to say Dr. Fate too.
Dr. Fate, one of the most underrated heroes ever. I mean, he was Sorcerer Supreme before there was a Sorcerer Supreme. Come on. Nothing against you, Stephen Strange. You're magnificent in your iteration. However, this dude's walking around with a helmet. No one knew who he looked like, and he was a badass.
Yep.
So good.
Very good.
What would be another good one? The Outsiders.
Yep.
Yes.
They touched down on it in Teen Titans TV show, but not really. Like, it's not fully there. So, like, I would like a real Outsiders, what they're meant to be movie or show would be fine by me.
I approve.
Completely. I'm still always going with Green Lantern Corps. That's my heart of hearts. That's who I love. That's who I want to see. I want it done right. I don't want the damn suits animated.
No.
Or just get past that. Nowhere near Earth. Nowhere near Earth. You know why?
Because you have a universe. Use it.
I have cosplayers who wear Green Lantern costumes way better than anything DC did with that. I was like, y'all need to be smacked in your face with a wet noodle. I mean, for real.
Yep.
And I'll give you the noodle.
the only thing that, oh Lord,
I love
put that
it.
back in your pants, bro. It's not supposed to be detachable.
There we go. That's the new segment on the show. Wet noodle.
The right point is our new segment called Wet Noodle.
Welcome to the Wet Noodle.
We got some comments here. Jason should be asleep, but I'd rather be here.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Jason. Thank you. I
love magic. So I'm a little behind. Sorry.
Oh,
Nicole says, "Do you think Letitia Wright is strong enough for the role?" I heard no from some fans, but I think she could do it. Oh,
I think she's phenomenal.
yeah, absolutely. Letitia has the chops to make that role work. Not to mention, the people who don't remember, if you watch Black Mirror, she was in one of the main episodes that people talk about called Black Museum. And she was brilliant in that. So when I saw her in Black Panther, I said, yes, you, Shuri, yes, come on.
And she's awesome. I would love a movie because she's badass. She had the same training. She can pull it off, but she would be so unsure, especially with her brother being dead. And it would make for such a beautiful drama.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Agreed.
Facts. So Letitia could definitely do it. Absolutely.
I got no doubt there. Nicole also says Zack Snyder happened.
I
don't know why I'm optimistic for just the new Justice League when he did do Batman with guns.
Oh my God.
Mike Courtney says, "Gents, how's it going? Digging Montel, what a cool dude. He is a cool dude. We're happy to have him."
Thank you guys.
You're amazing, man.
I appreciate. I'm weird.
There's nothing wrong with that. We prefer weird people. Regular people are weird. Weird in a bad
problematic.
way.
They're problematic. They think about, like, I don't know, bills and crap.
Normal people run up the steps of the Capitol. Weird people do it right.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh,
all right.
That gets one of these. Right there. There we go. Right
Wet
there.
noodled.
and where's Batman when we need the bullets? He ran out. That's from JR.
Dude, Batman running out of bullets is still the most infuriating thing I've ever seen on screen.
Yes.
It's disgusting.
Dude, the fact that he ran out of bullets and didn't have anything to do.
He just stared at his gun like.
That was a true deer in the headlights moment. That was truly a deer in the headlights where it was like, what the fur? What do I do?
Yeah, Batfleck went full. I'm an actor.
That's not even the worst part of that movie. The worst part is when Superman finally comes in at the end and you get the lip quiver.
A lip quiver,
Batfleck, who's just like, oh my!
It's like he just. All I think of is him watching Matt Damon walk down the hallway. That's all. That's immediately where I was transported to. He's just like, someone better than me is going to be here.
He's just talking to Superman. And he's like, what the best part of my day is? When I'm walking up to your home and I'm wondering if you're going to be there. And he just starts quoting because that's all Batfleck can do.
He just starts using lines from Chasing Amy.
Not even like the good ones.
Oh my gosh. Like, I want to be John Wick when I grow up. You damn right you do.
Yeah, you know what? And it's going to take a long time there, Batfleck.
Tell me that we're not excited. I mean, that's got to be one of the franchises that everybody's still really excited is going on, right?
Yeah.
John Wick? Oh, yeah.
Because it's genuine in its concept. You can see he's human. He's a badass, but he still has a human side. He can take a punch and he can give it back, but he doesn't sit there and go, I'm unstoppable. No. Keanu Reeves killed that role. When I saw John Wick, the original, and every moment I was waiting for that Russian kid to get the shit beat out of him by his father when he said, yeah, we just took his car. You know who that was?
Oh my God.
That was John Wick.
Baba Yaga.
Beat the fuck out of him. I was like, kick his ass. Yeah.
Oh, it felt so good. It felt so good to watch. But the thing, I mean, you don't see that. Well, you do now because they copy it, but you don't see that in movies at that point. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like in that one instance, you made John Wick the most unstoppable badass there ever could be, and you hadn't even seen him do anything yet, and all that father had to say was, "He's who we call. He's the boogeyman. He's who we call when we want everyone dead." And you just fucking come over, and you're just like, this movie is going to go to a place that I can't believe.
And it was glorious because the way he was so effective in his execution, the fact that he double tapped everybody, headshots everybody, he makes sure you're down, you're out. You're done. So that effectivity was phenomenal to watch. And then they world built around him.
Yeah.
He was not the part that was telling you the story. He was not giving you more. He was John Wick. And that's it. And it's genuine and it's beautiful. And then around him, you get like Ian McShane and you get all the council and all these other story parts, these other moving parts. But it's always John Wick just being an unstoppable force coming through you. It's phenomenal.
Facts.
I love how Nicole says, AKA Reek got fucked by John Wick.
Yeah.
I will say this, though, and the beautiful part about it is they've always maintained it. As much as they put the hit out on him, you know, he's gone through hell and back, but everyone is still scared of him. They're just like, we have to do this. We have to kill this guy. Like, this is just where we're at.
And at the same time, you have empathy for him because all he wanted to do was live a quiet life. The woman he loved is gone. So he has his puppy, he has his life, he's doing his thing. He's not bothering anybody.
Nope.
And what happens? You get this millennial little bastard. I like your car. I'm going to take your car. Can you let your balls drop first before you talk about taking anything? How about that?
We are going by Game of Thrones rules. They ain't dropping anytime soon.
Let them chubbies hit the kneecaps first before you talk about taking anything from anybody. How about that? Oh my God. What the deuce?
Well, and it was great because you only really see characters like that getting hurt and getting pummeled and getting, having to push through all of that in like Daredevil. And I think that was really well done. That's one of the things that draws you into Daredevil is this dude is a dude getting his ass beat. And he's
still
blind.
jumping in. Yep. And he's still jumping in. He's
always
jumping in there.
You never stop the fight. And that's John Wick. And it's a beautiful thing to see.
It's so good. And they handle it with such beauty. Like the choreography is amazing. Everything, even though you watch like Face Off or you watch some other like real gunplay.
Face Off. Wow.
John Woo.
You're like, any John Woo movie, and you're just like, this is very fantastical, and you're like, it's very unbelievable. But even with John Wick, there's a component of it that's like, it's unbelievable, but it's believable.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
Halle Berry makes it way more believable.
Oh, she was the best in that. I was so glad when they brought her back, and she was on the level of John Wick.
Yes.
Thank you.
You don't get two badasses in the acting world, and it's just like, oh no, you're going to be like Ian McShane, great actor. That's a perfect role for him. But,
however, comma,
everything before Bud is bullshit. Fire away.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's fair. I'm fine with it. But he was never like a star. He never had huge star power. He was just. Did he?
I feel like Ian McShane's a pretty solid actor. I mean, maybe character actor star.
Yeah.
Someone who you see and you're excited to see him in, but you're right, he's not the marquee draw. I'll give you that.
Yeah, like Keanu Reeves is a marquee draw.
Of course.
But even as the marquee draw, he's still his role and the way he carries himself as a character. He still moved to the background just enough for everyone else to shine in their moments. So it's not the overwhelming effect of I'm the hero. You will fear me because I'm going to kill you. No,
he's not going full Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah,
but I always feel like good character actors will do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's their part. Their part is they're the better actors, in my opinion, who solidify the background and everything going on in that world.
True. Stars are fine, but you got to have that foundation of the movie, the background. Otherwise, the movie won't work.
Bingo.
That's why Justice League was shit.
Oh God, so many reasons Justice League was shit. we could have a whole nother show on it. Let me know when you want to, Montel. Let's do this thing. Let's just our Justice League.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Let me know.
We got to get Montel on BTB.
Oh yeah.
That's our Wednesday night show, and that is just a panel of like we talk movies, and it's basically friends hanging out in a video store talking movies.
Shoot, just like me working in my store at Atlanta's Games and Comics, that's all we do. We'll sit there and it's like, Montel, what's the next comic coming out? Oh, you really want to know about that? Come on,
Well, actually, give us the details, man. What's coming out that is exciting you right now?
Right now, the most exciting thing on the line is there are 2 series out right now. I love Marvel and DC, but I'm a bigger fan of the independents, Image, Boom Studios, IDK. Love these companies because they're introducing stuff that's not mainstream. But DC has introduced Future State, which I really, really love. Future State takes place after the Batman Death Metal series. It is the aftermath. So you are seeing each of these iterations of these characters who are not the same characters. For instance, the Flash series, every speedster's lost their speed from the Speed Force. Only one only one has it, and he has gone so insane. His goal is to take out every speedster. So these guys, every last one of them, are stealing all the weapons from the rogues gallery just to fight him.
That sounds awesome.
And each of them are dying. In the first issue alone, Impulse went, he got taken out. I was like, fucking shit, I gotta read this. Oh my gosh. Let's see. They got a new Justice League. Jonathan Kent is Superman. You have a new Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Sojourner Helene from Far Sector. She's the Green Lantern because remember, she was not considered part of the Corps. She was outside of everything.
Right.
So when everything went down and every Green Lantern lost power in their rings, the Green Lantern series now shows you every Lantern who was a Lantern who no longer has their power. She's the only one who had a power ring, still fully charged. And it's badass.
That's awesome.
Do they still have fear rings?
There is the Yellow Lantern Corps. They still have their rings.
Okay.
Yellow, red, indigo, the Star Sapphires. I believe they all still have theirs. But
good. So only Willpower's dead. That's fantastic.
Basically. But I love because each story takes place of what these guys would do if they have no power. So my favorite story was Guy Gardner. You already know who he is. He pretty much acts like a total shit with his ring. Well, he lost his power on a planet whose language he didn't speak. So he was stuck there. He learned the language. Ooh. He became their leader. He became their ambassador. He taught them things. He basically became part of the society.
That's awesome.
And he gained weight. He became fat.
Well, of course, when you lose your ring, everyone knows you gain 40 pounds.
Sure.
Facts.
And I heard when you put one on, you gain 40 pounds. That's why I am the way I am.
Wow. So glad I got rid of mine.
This is the wrong hand.
Okay, gotcha.
So it just fits on that.
Oh my God. So Future State is phenomenal. Every iteration talks about, because for instance, with Batman, there is a new government, there is a new governing group, and they're headed by the magistrate, which basically says, okay, all capes are outlawed. If we find you, we'll either hunt you down or we'll imprison you. So now Bruce is not Batman. He is a dark detective. Lucius Fox's son, Lucas, is Batman.
Oh,
it's freaking phenomenal.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. There's a new Wonder Woman, a woman of color, which is amazing. Diana is gone bye-bye.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, Diana's gone bye-bye.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to give it away.
You'll have to read to find out more.
Absolutely. You have to tune in.
Well, let's face facts. I mean, it's comic books. It's like soap operas. She's not dead. She's just down
whoa. We don't know that.
She's in the carpet down that well.
Uncle Ben died.
Now, there is a series called Immortal Wonder Woman, but I'll give y'all that. But the whole future state is brilliantly done. Brilliantly done.
Montel, I'm honestly just blown away that you just sold me on a DC product, period.
They had to do something, though. They got in a lot of trouble not too long ago, everybody got shook up and they were like, either fix DC and make it work or you're screwed.
Unfortunately, DC will, and I hate to say this, because they had Dan DiDio, who he was the editor at large. He doesn't work for them anymore. He was one of the ones that kept bringing stories from DC that were phenomenal. He gave everybody a chance. And Dan said, I don't want this anymore. And he left. So he's not there anymore. It's just like, that's a face I'm used to seeing at San Diego Comic-Con. He's like, I'm not there anymore.
What did he go to, IDK or Boom, or jump to one of those?
I think he went to, I want to say IDK, either IDK or what's the other company? Not Boom. I'll think of it. I know I need Zenoscope was trying to pick him up too.
Oh wow!
I love it. I love what they're doing.
Now, the other series is called Department of Truth by Image.
Ooh, now you sold me.
Department of Truth takes it from the standpoint of, okay, conspiracy theories are real. Let's investigate them.
Yes.
And it's so brilliant. It is so brilliant. Oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff out there right now. Even the new Dune series, Dune House Atreides, is phenomenal.
That looks great too. Have you? Is there anything? Do you have any thoughts or hopes or dreams or wishes when it comes to the King in Black?
I like what they're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's always the hope.
That's the only hope that I have, because I actually picked up King in Black Symbiote Spider-Man #1, the variant cover, which is all black. It's beautiful. I love the storyline. I love what they're doing with Brock and letting him go through his iterations and understand where he comes from. But I like how they're bringing other characters into the storyline, and they're letting them experience it while Null is just trying to use his symbiote dragons to take out everybody, because that's
symbiote fucking dragon. Come on, it's awesome.
Yeah. And an army of them at that. Robert Nugan. Okay. So.
So there's a couple good books out there, Mick.
I am definitely checking out every one of those. I just want to say, Montel, this has been so much fun, man. And you're welcome back on anytime you want to come on, man.
Dude, you're amazing. This was an absolute blast, Montel. Such a pleasure to meet you. And hopefully, we can do this more frequently.
It has been an honor, gentlemen. I would definitely call me anytime. I would definitely pop up in here anytime. I enjoy this.
Cut it out. Come on, buddy. You.
We're definitely going to have you on here. And I'm going to definitely start throwing you the links for BTV, because you'd have so much fun with us on there.
Oh, yeah.
Because we play games and we have a good time.
Oh, definitely let me know. Definitely let me know.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of BTV, which everybody, it's on tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Right before that, we have Pulling Focus, which will be on at 6 p.m. Both broadcasting here on the Scene Snobs channel, and then following is Jeff Dwoskin's presents Crossing the Streams, which is at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Very happy to have Montel here. I want you guys to go check out Blerdicorn. Oh, let me get rid of the banner. So
Blerdicorn Speaks.
Yes.
Let me get rid of that. And then Blerdicorn Speaks is the podcast. You can go check that out now. Also, please plug your comic book store, man. I want everybody to go.
Absolutely. I work at Atlantis Games and Comics. It is in the Tidewater area in Norfolk, Virginia. We have 2 locations. We carry it all: comics, board games, miniatures, tabletop. We do it all. So if you want to come in, just chat it up and chop it up with a bunch of us geeks and nerds, more definitely, absolutely, we would love that. And definitely check out Blerdicorn Speaks. Angie and I have a blast doing that, and I really enjoy it. It's been a passion of mine. So it smooths it out between my YouTube channel and doing my IG lives, and also now I'm streaming on Twitch now.
Oh, nice!
Yeah, I saw that the other day. You were playing Diablo 2, right?
Diablo 3.
Diablo 3. Sorry.
What's your character in Diablo 3?
I am I'm a monk.
Oh, me too. I love being a monk. It's the best. You get your ridiculous amount of toughness up to over like 10,000 and just be like, bring it.
A man after my own heart. I appreciate you.
Well, no, I very much appreciate you being on. So everybody go check it out. When COVID's over, Casey and I are going to have to take a road trip down there, because we're just up north here, on the North Virginia side. So
please come on through.
Oh, absolutely. We got to check out the store, man. And please, everybody, go check out Blerdicorn Speaks. It's an awesome podcast that I'm very happy to have come upon. And Montel, you being on the show is awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been the Scene Snobs. Of course, you can go check out any of our shows. We have content every day. The channel is full now. We have a brand new show that started today called Twitching Upstream, which will be on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Their other show, Talking Upstream, will be broadcast on Mondays at 8 p.m. starting next Monday. The Ear Hustling podcast starts this Thursday at 9 p.m. And then next week, we have another brand new show, Carpool Shenanigans, which will premiere at 10:30 p.m. after our show, the Scene Snobs podcast. So it's going to be pretty stacked. We always have content. Everybody enjoy. And we will talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Appreciate y'all. Be kind to each other.
Stay nerdy, stay geeky, stay sexy, guys.